Are we vlogging yet? I think we are. I think we're vlogging here. So let me put this in here. Leave comments, and I will check periodically. Check periodically. Yeah, that's how you spell that. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're working on a project in, well, not in Zambia, for a guy I just met who's living in Zambia. And in case you don't know where Zambia is, it's in Africa, right here. And I'm not going to show you exactly where he lives because you might not be a good idea. But let's check our audio because I have done this before and have screwed that up. So this might be a little long, but this is actually for Mark, and I just wanted to kind of go through this. I actually got a little bit of a start, and I thought, no, I'll just go ahead and turn on the live pooter, and see where it goes. But I thought I was going to end up stealing some stuff from Marlon's carport project, which is this one, which was actually pretty cool. This was for his project out in Arizona, and it turned out really nice. I think we have these. He's going to use he's got a 40 kilowatt solar system, and there were some similarities in this project, which we had shipping containers and solar panels, but really it kind of turns out that nothing will be used. Maybe I even got different shipping containers because I needed a 20 footer and a 40 footer, and the 20 footer didn't match the 40 footer I already had, so I went and got the two that matched. So the only thing I'm actually going to be using, maybe not even be using those, are these concrete pier footings that I used in that project. But anyway, that's just letting you know why all that junk is over there. And as a matter of fact, I'm probably going to zap it. No, I'm not going to zap it right now. I might use the solar panels. But there's a lot to explain on this project. And you can see I had my shipping containers up in the air. You can go ahead and group those together, and we'll put them back down here since SketchUp doesn't have gravity yet. We'll put them back down on the ground, and they're just going to kind of share. I haven't worked out this exact detail on this particular project yet, but so much to talk about. Is anybody watching? Maybe one. I was kind of hold off on some of this until a few people were watching, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to go to a video. This is going to be a project where we possibly use these FRPs, which are, fiberglass reinforced protrusions. Okay, they're basically structural shapes made out of fiberglass, reinforced fiberglass. So that's something new and innovative. It's not that new, but it's kind of innovative for this type of structure. So what I'm going to do is draw up a conceptual structure and then send it to them and see what they say. See if they laugh at the artisan or not. We'll see. If they do, I'll just don't know what I'm going to do. Where's my shapes? Let me get my head on straight here. Here we go. I'm going to draw an end cap for this because what I'm going to do, I'm assuming that that plate's not going to be that thick. All of this stuff is just going to be kind of conceptual. take that down a little bit because um, I have no idea about the structural qualities, and what I'm going to do is fix this, and then I'm going to send it to them, like I said. So what I'm going to do is make this a group. Now we want a 5-degree roof slope. Okay, this is what Mark has said he wants, and if I could quit doing that. So we're going to take this and go up 5 degrees. I thought I had the rotate tool, but I didn't. I had my compass tool, so now I'm going to have to rotate it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this pitch all the way across and see how she works. And so what I'll do is I'll just edit this. Let's see, this would go up. See, that's not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do is to take this whole end and move it straight up. And why is it not letting me do that? Can I get this end to go up? What did I do? Are we going to start off like that? SketchUp. Let's see if I can just draw myself a little thing here. And then get rid of that. Well, it's always user error. You know it. User error, not error. Now, what I don't understand is, yeah, I don't know why I couldn't just bring that end up. It's probably because of the shape. So I was hoping this wouldn't be boring, but it might be. I probably should have drawn these shapes and then gotten back to you. But what the heck, you know, you only live once, and oh wait. You know what, it just occurred to me is I could have just set up like an interference thing where if I made this, and these would probably be bigger anyway, 1/2 inch. These end, I mean, sometimes they'll make them bigger, these end caps on these columns. So I'm just going to let it hang over 1/2, and then what I'm going to do is, should have thought of this before. I'm just going to take this down here somewhere. And one of the neat things you can do in SketchUp is select your items like that, and then just intersect faces with the context, or just say selection. And now I should be able to, if I had, I think what I have to do though is see if it actually, yeah, it worked. So I think though I should have been in that. Let's redo that. Let's cut this out and go in and then edit this, and we'll paste this in place. And then once I get this the way I want it, I'll take it back out. Now I can select all this and intersect faces with reality. And then I should be able to move this down, and now I should be able to Yeah, that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to cut all this stuff. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm vlogging here.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Do you have a check?
I think you just made me delete something. Yes. They're in my black thing out in the truck.
Do you have your keys? Do you just want me to bring in one check or?
I'm actually live here, so you can do whatever you want to. Help me, Jesus. All right, so we're gonna do this. Yes, I'm frustrated. Yes, I know. All right, so back to this. Okay, see how that worked? Um, since I set up, I didn't have to go around and extend this column up piece by piece. Okay, now that this may not hang over that far, but I've seen them actually fabricate the end caps where they hang over a little bit, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. This is going to be just this column row here. All these will be the same height. What I wanted to do was set up a situation where this was 10 feet. And it looks like I got close, but what I'll have to do is I want this point, I want some kind of point I can dimension to. That's the key. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is make this back flange the point I dimension to. Okay, like that, and then all this other stuff will get brought up to that. Okay, now I know I selected all that. And please don't get anal again. SketchUp. I didn't want to select the plate. And I really didn't want to get into this much detail, but I just want to get this pretty close for now. So now, but this column now is a component. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is copy it down here 20 feet. So copy 20 feet times 3. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use center lines. I'll have a column grid. So that'll be 60 feet from here. Should be. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now that's one column, and then I just have to, I think what I'm going to do is set this up too where this this concrete pier footing, let's cut that, and then we'll go in here, and then we'll paste it back, and that'll be part of my component. You see, since I pasted it inside the component, it copied them. These are all, now if I make any change to this one column, it'll make that change that whole row, and that's really what I want to do. Because what's going to happen is Strongwell, by the way, let's see if I have any comments. Hello, Tony's got SketchUp open. Watch out, he's speed demon. I wish I was faster. Hello, how are you doing? Hey, Tygo. What I was going to show y'all was this company. I may have mentioned it earlier. Um, that I'm going to send this design to and see what they think. Excuse me. So these they make these structural shapes right here, and honestly I'm not too sure about the qualities of these, uh, but we're going to find out. So I'll send this conceptual design to them, and now what I want to do is probably delete. I want to delete. Let's see. No, I see this was a reason. You know what I'm going to do? I'll have to make a separate um, now that was one reason why I'm making that concrete pier part of that component was maybe not a good idea. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this column row its own. So I'm going to make this one unique, okay? So that now when I copy these across, they will be their own component. Because see, I need to move this column. That is part of that, right? Yeah. I need to move this column over now. Oops. Why is that not part of it? Okay, see that I just caught something. This needs to be cut out and put back in here. Paste in place. Because when I move this column, I want the whole thing to move. Yeah, like that. And I'm going to move it over 8 inches. Okay, now I can move this back, this whole thing back to where that is. And I'll come up with let's put a dimension between these. Let's make it 8'6" at least. Let's make it 8 foot 6 for now. Let's make it 8'8". That gives me a little more room. Alright. Up there. And then I can move this over. I'll do that later. Having to do office work. Okay, let me see if I have any other comments here. Okay, so what we'll do now, what we'll do is we'll put us a reference line here, which is going to end up being the bottom of the beam right there. Okay, now I can go and I can edit. Since I made this this is a unique component. All these are the same column. I'm going to make a column that'll go down this row. Now, if I can quit zooming in and out, I know that drives people crazy. It drives me crazy. So where are my 5? Oh, so we're already up to there. Okay. All right. So what I need to do now is move this. Where is that? I can't see it. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it inside here. My background is messing with me. Let's do it when we get in here. We'll edit that, and then I'll put it so I'll be able to see it, just like that. There we go. Sorry about all the zooming. I actually had somebody really complain about that one time, and all I could do is apologize. What happens is that, and you guys, why did I copy that? You probably know this, that in SketchUp, is that right? Online, yeah. And that's why I put these backgrounds right here, this earth, because if I zoom over here in space, it zooms faster. Well, look, when you know it, as soon as I'm sorry, it zooms slower. Um, when I try to demonstrate it, it didn't act the way it usually does. You see, sometimes it zooms faster, sometimes it goes slower. Now I can go ahead and bring this up to here. See, is that right? Yeah, that's right. And I don't know why that, we need to get that line out of there. That means there's probably one in this one too. Nope. So now you see what we're doing. That's going to get kind of tall. Well, we'll just have to see. It may be that we shorten the, this is supposed to be 9'6", these containers. Oh, that's what it is. These containers are not high cube. See, I went and got the wrong, oh well. So the containers are actually going to be taller. And that's why I made this column 10 feet tall. And then it just occurred to me that it's not that tall. Anyway, so now I can delete these. And for now, I think I'm just going to I think I want more of this column on. I think I want to move this at least to the center of the column. Yeah, for now. Let's see, and it'll be easy to change though. Now, it may be, let's see. Oh. Okay, so I need to copy all this out. Oh, I see what happened. Hey,
Are you streaming?
yeah, it's okay though. Your mom's already screwed it up, so.
How do you use the the tire pressure things at you know the one with the tiger mark?
The what?
Like where how you fill your tires?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Did you find the attachment for the air hose?
No. Don't they already have that there?
Yeah. What was that guy's name who always used to say, "I'm vlogging here"?
I don't
No,
know.
now I know how he felt.
Oh, nice.
But anyway, I'm gonna leave these two. I'm gonna leave these components separate this time.
It's
So,
fine. I can just.
so there's an attachment, Alex, for the air hose, and it should be out there in the Chuck E. Cheese cart. You know, the Chuck E. Cheese cart that we
Yep.
got out of the dumpster pile.
Yep.
Times 3. And you just connect that to the air hose and turn on the. It might be easier just to go to Tiger Mart or something. If
That's
it,
what I'm talking. That's what I've been talking about. That's what I've been saying.
oh, okay.
Tiger mark.
Oh, I thought you were talking about getting that. You know, we have an air compressor and an air hose and the thing that
I know.
I
I'm
thought you. I'm
trying to-
sorry. I thought you were asking me about that. Now I'm confused.
Okay, so does it? You just put it in and it shows you the number that it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah. It'll stop automatically. You put the number that you want, like 32 pounds.
Okay, so you have to know.
Yeah, but it's 32. Just put it 32. It'll be good enough.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to
Nope.
get. I thought you wanted to hook up our air hose and compressor and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna say since we moved, it's been kind of a mess. All right, so let's see if we have any comical. Come on, people, Tony. I know. I just, I, I don't. My family doesn't respect my trade. They don't. Now he wanted 24 feet between the containers, but I wonder. I think what I'm going to do is make it 24 feet from the center of this. So I know that's 4 inches. The center, I'm making these columns 8 inches for now. And then I'm going to send it obviously to them. But I think what I'm going to do here is go 24 feet. And then I can pretty much say, and this thing right here is where I started a rafter of steel beam rafter. So I'll turn it like that for now. And I'll move it over here out of the way. So I know these are gone. Let's just delete those. So there's my 24 foot mark. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this row over. I see that's what makes this easy. I can just copy this over 24 feet. And yeah, okay. So what was that? That looks like it's more than 24 feet. What did I do? No, because there's my 24 feet. So I'll be interested to see what they think about this idea. Now I'm going to delete these 3, and I'm going to make this its own component. Make unique, so that when they tell me what these should be, I can come back and make them different. And so now this should be a little easier since I'm used to what I'm doing here. I can just take this and snap to that point and just move it. Why can't I not see that? There it is. Sometimes the inferencing works in SketchUp, sometimes it doesn't work as good as you think it would. Okay, that was easy enough. Now I can copy this. This thing's going to get big. He may want to change the pitch on this. But the thing is, he's putting solar panels on top. 20 feet times 3. And the thing is, this time we're going to have the 2 containers wide. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alex is such a good son. So he's going to cut the sides out of those, and I think that's what he's going to do. He'll have doors on this side, on the sides here, on these sides, and then he'll cut the backs and the fronts out of these containers so it'll be one big thing to weld them together. like that. And then so, what did I do? What did I do? That's weird. I don't remember copying those that many times. And then that means we need to come up with a dimension to here. Let's see if I can get lucky and just come up with one. Let's make it, I want to come up with, I like logical. Let's make it, see what 17'6" does. That gives some space there. Yeah, again, this is a conceptual drawing, and all we're doing is, it's kind of a rough stab, and I don't even know if I want to worry about my little clips right now. Let's see. Yeah, that. I think what I want to do is actually move this back. Let's see how far that was. That's 5 inches. Let's move it back 3. There we go. Well, okay. Yeah. So then I think what I was trying to get at is, I think when I copy this footing over, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I may want to move these back. What did I do? Not paying attention here. I see what's happening. For some reason, I'm not grabbing that first one. Thought I was. That's bizarre. Don't you hate exposing your mistakes to the whole world? What is that? 17 foot. That's kind of what I was thinking. It was too much. Let's go back 3 inches for now. Again, we're just conceptualizing, and you know, the engineers at Strongwell may say, well, first of all, they may say we don't engineer things for people. But if they do, I want to make my own little C channels, so I'm deleting those. If they do, then they can tell me what size these footings need to be. Now it may be that Mark is talking about, he was talking one time about doing a slab, but I didn't know if he meant just in the middle or the whole thing. If it would be good, honestly, if we could do a slab for the whole thing, but some people don't want to spend that kind of money. I don't blame them. Now this was a unique, we're going to find out right now if I made this. If I double click on this and I start to pull that up, yeah, you see how these others are moving over here? I didn't make that unique yet. So what I need to do is I need to delete these, and I need to make this one unique, and then pull it up. And we'll put us a line here to inference from. Lock my. Is that it? Did I get it? Yeah, okay. Now I can copy it 3 more times. $20 times 3. And I'm not sure if these, based on these roof loads, if it'll, you know, what did I do? I put that in the side. Let me see if anybody's got any questions. Tony, you're not alone on that. My family doesn't respect my vlogging. I know, it's funny, and I try not to be mean about it, but at the same time, you know. So I think, and you can see here why I have this extra, well, you might think this is an extra column row, but this span is already 24 feet, and I'm afraid they're going to say, what are you dreaming? These fiberglass beams can't do that. So, but we're gonna see what they say. It should be fun. I'll come back and do a video, and we'll see what they say. So now what I'm gonna do is, and I had this end plate already going on this one. So what I'll do is just, did I grab? No, what I should do is explode this. Then I can do like I did the other one, just move it all at the same time. I'm getting smarter in my old age. So this would just come back to the center like that. Now these overhangs can be done different ways, and I think what I'm going to do for now is just I'm going to go ahead and do the other beams, and then I'll come back and do the tails on. So you got to stick around for that. I'll tease you. And what I need to do is move this out a 1/2 inch. And they might not be a 1/2 inch again. I'm just, okay, so that's that. What I want to do is copy this end plate. Copy. And then go in and edit this one. You know what, it just occurred to me, I haven't made this a unique, you gotta be careful, because, you know, vlogging makes it harder to keep your concentration. We want to make this unique, so that when I paste this in place, and then move it to this one, it doesn't add it to the bottom of this one, because I'm going to do something funky down here. So what you do is, your steel shapes here, this gives you the opportunity to bolt them together through the flanges here, under here, and through there. And then they may, you know, sometimes they'll come up and they'll have, you know, like a web stiffener, and that's something they're, you know, structural guys would do. Hopefully they'll sell us some fiberglass beams. They'll help us out with the engineering, but I'm not going to hold my breath, because that would be something that you don't want to get paid for. So now I'm going to move this over to here, and that's our longest span. That's the one that worries me. Now see, I have seen companies, you know, have a beam that drops down in the middle, that gets thicker, you know, so it would have a, you know, sort of an upside down triangular shape, to take care of any extra loads, you know, for this span right here. See if I got any other comments, questions. Not yet. You guys are doing good. So then I can take this one. Let's see, so this is a unique, so I can copy this, and Put it out to here. And make this one unique. And then for now, I'm going to run this back to where the end of this beam is flush with here, and I'm going to take off this end plate because we're going to do something fun on the end. Okay, so what I'd like to see is, well, let's just go ahead and copy these, because once as I add those those tails to those, they will update. 20 feet times 3. There we go. So that, rudely speaking, that's your columns and beams. And it doesn't get as tall as I was thinking. What is this, 16 feet? Yeah, 15.6. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. So the reason this is sloped in this direction is because in the southern hemisphere you face your roofs to the north for solar. This building was actually facing south. This face, it was in Arizona. So check comments. Trying to keep up with the comments here, but we're going to do something funky on this tail. We're going to extend it 2 feet. And then we're going to do something I've seen where they actually, we're going to leave it like 6 inches down here. What would be the easiest way to do this? I'm trying to think. Again, I don't need to get too weird about this, because they're going to come back and say, oh, you need to do it this way, which will be fine. But normally what happens is you'll have, let's just say, oh, good Lord, scrolling. Keep them doggies scrolling, rawhide. So you would have, your flange might stop right here. Okay. We'll go up to there, over, and then you would have, why am I guessing? All I gotta do is get my compass out. Let's see, we want to be on that axis right there. Come up maybe to 45. Like that. And then, you know, if he's going to have a gutter, you know, we might make it, you might show it like a plumb cut here, but I don't think he's going to have, well, let's see. Let's just show one, because I want to show one on the top, even though it's going to be a little bit of a pain here. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Let's just draw us a line. Let's just draw this, make it easy. Where's my blue axis? That's weird. There we go. Why was that not just on the blue axis? That's weird. I should just be able to extend this bottom piece. You see why this is one of those things I probably could have just left alone, but I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment. I see, I don't know why. I'm glad I made this a component, because I sure wouldn't want to have to do this on all of them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to leave it alone, and I'll do it later, because I can feel the tension in the room. What I'm going to do when I'm off the air is I'm going to make a plumb cut on that, but it's going to take some drawing. Okay, but that's the easy part. Now, the other easy part is to go up here and extend this one 24 inches, because I like overhangs. I don't know why people just are obstinate and won't do an overhang. I mean, if you're going to do something, you know, just go ahead, make it look good, make it look fun. Something weird about that axis right there. I'm going to go ahead and pull a line down from here to there. And then, what did we do? We came down here 6 inches, and we came up to here, and .45. Oops, I didn't draw my line down. What happened there? What happened? That was weird. What is going on? Why is that not? Okay, and I'm just gonna have to bring that down. There we go. I bet that's. There's something about what I was snapping to, which worries me, because that should actually have worked. There's something not exactly lined up. Alright. I don't know. I'll fix that later, whatever it is. I think for some reason this beam is not exactly, oops. Yeah, you see that? Let's fix, I think that'll be easy to fix. I should just be able to take all this. But see, these are the things that are easy to miss. I mean, look at that. It's not even a 32nd of an inch. Somehow I missed, yeah, I missed that whenever I was bringing that up. Alright, so just be able to delete that. Isn't that cool looking? That's cool looking. Yeah, see those tails add an overhang which helps protect your building. Anybody else commenting? Didn't mean to run anybody off. So now what we would have is channels to go on top for purlins. And I think they would end up being about 8 inches based on this span. So again, I actually tried to download where am I here? Why's that not? What is going on here, guys? that's going on. What happened to my construction lines? Something I did. Okay, let's go back. Something I did change the. Sorry, I'm in the middle of trying to figure out something here. Alright, so our channel would be there. I should be able to snap off this edge of this thing, and for some reason I'm not. You saw my construction line there. So I should be able to snap off of it like this. You see that construction line? 8. But again, sometimes SketchUp's just funky. Now I'm not knocking it because it's one of my favorite CAD programs, modeling programs. I'm going to make this flange a 1/2 inch, this little turn, just to show that it's and I'm going to make it like 3/32 on the thickness. I like that thickness for a channel. And so I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut this. Now, the reason I'm making this a channel, in metal building construction, you have purlins that sometimes they're Z-shaped. In other words, let's copy this. Roger. Sometimes you will have this thing that's called, and and it would be I should have done was it should go to, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Dang it. I should have moved it all the way to begin with. So then that would be that, and then, oops. Okay, so sometimes you have girts, and you'll see in a second on steel buildings, pre-engineered metal buildings, that'll have this shape. It's called a Z, a purlin, or girt. Okay, but I think because this shape is a little stronger, I think we may end up with channels out of this. I'll make this 20 feet long. Boom. We may end up with this channel shape because of. I'm actually going to save that shape, make a group, and just move it over here to the storage area. And but like I said, I'm kind of assuming that we're going to have, oops, that is the compass. No, it wasn't. Oh, I need to select it. Oh, I haven't made a component or a group out of it. Let's make, this is going to end up being a group, I think. Let's see, is that a good idea? To component or not to component? The thing about it is, sometimes, well, we'd have, the 20 footers are going to all be the same. So that would make it easy. Well, alright. Don't overthink it, Tony. Just do it. So what I was talking about for the shapes is that if you got this long span out of fiberglass, I'm betting that why is that? Something looks suspicious here. Let's get this first of all on the right slope. And then, oh, that's all it was. Okay, good. Anyway, if I can stay focused here. I'm kind of making some assumptions, and those assumptions are that that the structural qualities, you know, are not this obviously not the same. That's a safe assumption. But I think the size is the same size. You know, you can't compare the two, or you can compare them, but if you did compare them, you would find that the fiberglass shape would not span as far as the steel shape. Okay, that's my assumption right now. And so instead of, you know, I'm kind of assuming we would have to have at least an 8-inch purlin. Now these on the end, I'm going to let them overhang too. And that's one reason why I didn't make these a component, because what I'm going to do, what I may do is make each row, make the row itself, let's go over 24. In other words, we'll make this a row component, not each individual purlin. Then all I would have to do is change that one row and then copy it over again. How many ever times we needed it, which we're going to find out in a minute. Okay. So what would be kind of cool is if they said, no, you can do a Z shape and it's fine structurally. Because in all metal buildings, an 8-inch purlin like this would go 30 feet. So I'm kind of assuming that a fiberglass one can go 20 feet. Let's see, make group. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make this a component for now, just for the fun of it. I'm going to call it girts or purlins. Okay, now we're going to copy it. Let's see if we have any comments. Now, are those watertight containers? No, that's why we're putting a roof over them, silly. And I know you're kidding, but there's nothing that's watertight in the universe. All right, so we're going to go up 5 feet times, what did we have? Times 8, 24 times 8. Well, that was not 5 feet. I accidentally moved it 8 inches instead of times. Make sure I'm on the right axis. 5 feet times 6. Dang, that didn't even get us halfway. I'm going to need another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feet times 5. There we go. And we can probably cheat this one out to the end. Or what we would do is end up spacing. I'd rather just leave this. I'd rather leave the rest of them the way they are, but let me get to where I can see that a little better. There we go. That kind of bugs me a little bit. I may come back off air and just space these all evenly, because what I could have done was I could have figured out, you know, how much space I'd have to add to each. Let's just say, let's just measure it. To get to the end would take, you know, 7 5/16. So even if where's my phone, man? My calculator. So if we said 7 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'll just have to move 0.7. Anyway, I do that off air because I know I'll get aim when I start getting down to 1/16 of an inches. But that's basically the rough. That would be the structural part. And what's funny is you can see that I didn't use any of this stuff. I think what I'll do is I'll take one of the solar panels. Now I don't want him to do that because I think he's talking about using some bigger solar panels that are over 6 feet long, and that's why I had these at 5 foot on center, which just made me realize that they may have to be moved around based on the actual solar panels, because what you want is, I think these panels are like 67 inches. Well, they're at a funky angle. So let's just say we had a solar panel that was, let's stretch this out here. Well, wouldn't you know it, acting funky. Well, let's see if we have any questions. Oh. So, I think this is what I'm going to send them. I'm just gonna put these things, well, I'm gonna move this one over for now. These are just metal angles that you would clip your your containers down to the concrete with, and that container's not sitting on the concrete. So we'll fix it. Oh, I know what it was. These containers are not 9'6". They're not high cube, so I'll have to change that. But it's no big deal. And but I just wanted to share this with Mark, mainly show him what I was thinking. Now, what you'll probably have is you'll have some X bracing, okay? And there'll be long metal rods that would go, from like here down to there, and here down to there. And I may try to go find some of those like fixtures on, well, they're gonna have X bracing. Let's see, what would that be? You see, I'll have to, probably just gonna draw it. Let's see if I call it metal building. Bracing. But there's a rabbit hole for you. But what it amounts to is you'll have a piece, a bracket that welds or bolts to this column, and it allows you to connect a rod, a steel rod, from the top to the bottom, and it would just be in an X shape, okay? And then you would have bracing on the roof, on the underside of the purlins. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all this stuff because I'm done looking at that. Let's see if there's any other thing in our drawing. And then what I'll do is I'll send this to Strongwell and ask them what they think. What I'll do is actually rough out a drawing some dimensions for it and see what they think. And in the next video on this project, you will see some updated progress, hopefully. See if I have any last minute comments. Nope. But I want to thank everyone for watching, and should be interesting to see what happens. I've never worked with these FRPs before, and I put a link in the description for this company. There's many different companies, but this is the one that Mark has been talking to, and they also have CAD blocks, which is cool. And so anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching and commenting, and it always makes it more fun. See ya.